Hello and welcome back everyone. Andy Bryan here again from The Soul Pathway, and today within this video I wanted to speak with you all about creating freedom inside of your mind so that you can disconnect from the outside world, reconnect with your soul and awaken to who you truly are. Because we all know that there are many shifts and changes happening in the world right now. On a physical level, you could say our civil liberties and freedoms are being lost each and every day. As we have this lockdown, we are feeling much more confined and constrained in our everyday lives. And so creating freedom inside of our minds is one of the most essential things for each and every one of us. So as we lose our freedoms on a physical level, we need to find that freedom and liberty within ourselves. And how do we go about doing that? Something I've been pondering a lot over the last few months, in all honesty, when this lockdown began here in the UK and all around the world, as you know. I found myself in an isolation where I had completely disconnected from the world, whether that be from the media, mainstream media, social media, or any form of media. I completely disconnected from it. At the same time, I disconnected from a lot of friends and also family at the same time. I was in this place of shock and disbelief about what was happening in the world. Personally, I believe this quote-unquote virus isn't what it's made out to be in the media. And please don't shoot me for having this belief, because I believe there are a lot of things happening behind the scenes. And this is all about where our freedoms and liberties are lost each and every day, and where it's important for you to find your own freedom and liberty within that. Because you are a beautiful, sovereign individual that should be able to live a happy, content, and in many ways free life. So you shouldn't be confined to do things a certain way. But what I've noticed about this quote-unquote virus is that it's caused us to not only be locked down, but it's in many ways divided us and segregated us into our own little communities and pockets of communities where we have these different ideas and beliefs. The most important thing is no one belief is more important than another, but in many ways it's essential for you to find your own truth. I've been a truth seeker for many, many years. Could say I'm one of those conspiracy theorists. And I personally believe there is a lot of freedoms found within these quote-unquote truths, these conspiracy theories. Because as we allow ourselves to detach from the world around us, the programmed media, the mainstream media, social media, which is now becoming suppressed and censored, that we are not allowed to speak our own freedoms. We can find freedom in finding our own truth, connecting with our own reality, and living life the way that we want to live our lives, and not how anybody else should dictate that we should live that. And I'm not saying that you should go out and cause any harm to anybody because you have a different set of beliefs. We can be loving, compassionate, and honourable to each and every human being that walks this planet. But we can also have a different set of beliefs. We can have a different set of ideas. And for me, that makes me free. And it makes each and every one of you free. But how do we begin to truly connect with this beautiful freedom? Over this last month, I've said I've really disconnected from the world around me. I've really started to really find myself, as I was in many ways in this place of disbelief that our governments, our systems, our corporate leaders are peddling this quote-unquote virus, which is causing this lockdown and putting a strain on each and every one of our lives. Every one of us in small businesses can be falling on hard times because people don't have the money and the finance in order to invest in things. They only begin to pay money on the essential items. But that's where your freedom is really important, and where I believe it's essential for you to completely disconnect. Allow yourself to disconnect. You can obviously do that through meditation, but more so from really tuning out of all those noisy media streams, whether it be social media, if I said mainstream media, and allow yourself the time and the space to find your own truth. Within that truth, you will find your own freedom. Allow yourself to go out in nature like normal, because nature is a beautiful healer. Nature is also a beautiful cleanser. Allows you to connect with your soul. But freedom in many ways comes from detachment, because when you can learn to detach from all that doesn't serve you, all those different things, all those conditions, beliefs and patterns that you believe are true for you, may in fact not be true at all. So as you allow yourself to disconnect, you also allow yourself to reboot and reconnect. Because detachment gives us the opportunity and space to create something new, something incredible and something amazing. But that needs to be found within you. In many ways it's found in silence. Silence is a place where we find beautiful answers. It's not found in busyness. Busyness is in many ways what keeps us in a place of control and confinement. You'll find that through just watching television, listening to the radio during this time. You only need to turn on the television for 5 minutes and you're blasted with an advert about the coronavirus and all these deaths. Again, the same thing that goes for the radio. It's being drummed into you each and every day. And it's telling you, this is what you should believe. This is what I'm telling you, and this is right. Follow my orders, follow my guidance, for this is all correct. We know that that's not true, though, do we? If we look outside of ourselves and we connect with our soul, we not only connect with our own intuition and inner guidance system, but we allow ourselves to find our own truth within that. And that's a beautiful freedom that you can find, and only you can find. Because we all have these different sets of ideas and beliefs, as I've said. But freedom for me is found in truth, honesty, and really disconnection. As I said, disconnect in order to reconnect. But I also believe freedom is found in love. And this might be a bizarre thing to put into the mix. But I believe once we can come to love ourselves unconditionally, step back and disconnect from all those conditions of what we thought love was, and connect with what love truly is for each and every one of us, then we can accept new ideas, new ways of living and being, and we can love all that is in each and every moment. And for me, that is truly beautiful. So these are some of my ideas on freedom, and finding freedom within your own mind. I'll recap on a few points. I've been mumbling a bit here and there, but I don't like to script any of my videos. I just like to go with the flow and what comes through me in these moments. So finding freedom within your mind is all about disconnecting from the world around you and all the different streams of media. Social media, mainstream media, and all those different forms of media that could busy your mind. Because freedom is found in really clearing your mind and having that clarity that comes from that. Freedom is also found in finding your own truth and living by what that might mean, and allowing any new information to come towards you and allow it to be absorbed in a way that you can discern what is right for you. Because I've got many theories that many people might find completely, shocking in many ways. And yet these are my truths. I'm not going to be hurting anybody by having these beliefs. But if you allow yourself to connect with these so-called quote-unquote conspiracy theories, you can find your own truth, and in turn you can find your own freedom within that as well. Finally, one last thing for finding your own freedom is allowing yourself to meditate, go out in nature, to then reconnect with your mind, reconnect with your soul, listen to the birds and listen to all these beautiful creatures that are surrounding me at the moment. Refill your cup, so they say. We all need to refill our cup from time to time. There is one thing that I would also like to mention when it comes to freedom, and this is really on a physical level more so. But I also believe freedom comes into knowing your own rights as citizens of Mother Earth. Because as our rights and liberties are stripped away from us, we need to come to realize the rights that are rightfully ours as citizens of this beautiful Mother Earth. Because in many ways, these unlawful lockdowns are stripping away our freedoms in a way that they have no right to do so. One documentary I would recommend you look at is Straw Man, and I will put a link to Straw Man below this video. And this speaks about how we can be free as sovereign beings to live life on our terms, as long as it harms absolutely no one. So I hope you found this video to be valuable and useful. I have rambled a bit here and there, but I'm just reconnecting with myself and my thoughts and offloading those thoughts to you. I hope you found them to be valuable. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the video below. And with that, I wish you all the best on your spiritual journey and soul pathway. And I ask you to step into love. Drop any judgments you have and allow yourself to see whatever that comes your way with a new set of eyes, with an acceptance, so that you can awaken to a new and beautiful world. Thank you for listening, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.